KHOU 11 News This Morning starts now.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Lisa Hernandez.
And I'm Russ Lewis. It's Thursday. It's February 15th. We have a lot to get to this morning.
Yes, let's first get over to Cheetah Craft. Cheetah, we will definitely need the AC today.
Yeah, we will. You're going to need the AC first thing this morning when you get in the car. Upper 60s to low 70s. Can you believe we were just in the 30s on Sunday and Monday? I mean, what a roller coaster with these temperatures. We're also under a dense fog advisory. This was issued by the National Weather Service. That's in effect until lunchtime. Mainly along the immediate coastal areas are we socked in this morning. So fog out the door. 75 by your lunchtime hour. High temperatures nearing 80. 83 is our record today, and we will be close to hitting that. I'll send it back to you.
Cheetah, thank you. This morning, some parents in Florida still waiting to learn if their children survived yesterday's mass shooting. Can you imagine that? 5 of the 17 who were killed have still not been identified.
We're also learning some more about that suspected gunman. This is his mugshot here. This was just released by the Broward County Jail. That's where he was booked and charged with 5 counts of premeditated murder overnight. And according to students, Nicholas Cruz, he had posted some disturbing content on social media after a fight with his ex's new boyfriend.
This all happened in the city of Parkland, just north of Miami. Let's go live now to reporter Laura Podesta with the very latest on this troubling case. Laura, good morning.
Good morning, Lisa and Russ. And Lisa, as you mentioned, the Sheriff's Department has identified 12 of the 17 people killed in yesterday's school shooting. So a lot of parents still waiting to find out if their loved one happened to be a victim. We are learning a lot more about the shooter, and I do want to warn you that some of the video you're about to see you may find disturbing.
The suspect in yesterday's deadly school shooting was escorted into Broward County Jail this morning. As the school day ended, police say 19-year-old Nicholas Cruz fired a hail of bullets into classrooms at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida. Bullet holes can be seen on this laptop computer in the classroom.
He went up and down the hallway, just banging and shooting into the classrooms. He shot through my door. I think about 3 in my classroom got hurt. I just saw blood everywhere.
Cruz was heavily armed with what is believed to have been an AR-15 semi-automatic rifle.
Law enforcement sources say shortly after the suspect entered the school, he pulled the fire alarm, causing students to empty out into the hallways.
He got us out of our classroom slowly and in a large group of unprotected targets.
Cruz was picked up off campus without incident. Last night, investigators searched the home where the 19-year-old was staying. A lawyer representing the family that lives there says Cruz was not related to them. They took him in about 3 months ago after his adoptive mother passed away. His adoptive father also died some time ago. Law enforcement confirms Cruz had been expelled from Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School for, quote, disciplinary reasons.
And the school superintendent said that the suspect was showing signs of anger on social media, so he is reminding parents, if you ever see something like that on social media, to tell someone. Reporting live in Parkland, Florida, Laura Podesta, CBS News. Back to you.
Always best to say something if you see it. Laura, thank you. This is the 18th school-related shooting in the U.S. so far this year.
Let's get some context for that number. Our Brandy Smith is here now to break it down and talk about more about how you can cope as a family with this news. Brandy?
Well, guys, the database everytownresearch.org tracks shootings across the United States. 8 of the 18 incidents you mentioned involved shots fired. No injuries, though. 7 others were intentional shootings that hurt or killed people. 2 were suicides, and 1 was an accident that someone got hurt in. Now, if you look at the map, you're going to see 3 Texas locations, and here's why context is really important in this story. In January 10th, there was an incident at Grayson College in Denison. A criminal justice student fired a bullet through a wall after mistaking the firearm for a training gun. No one was hurt. 5 days later, police say 2 men shot at each other at a college dorm parking lot in Marshall, Texas. Again, no one hurt, but a bullet did go through a wall into a dorm room. Then on January 22nd, a 16-year-old shot and hurt a fellow student at Italy High School near Dallas. And this morning, we're really talking about how to broach this conversation with your kids. I am joined by licensed professional counselor Bill Prasad, and you say it's really about making the conversation age appropriate.
Exactly. For the preschool age kids, don't bring it up unless they bring bring it up first. And if that happens, just provide them with a few details, but emphasize that they are safe, that mommy and daddy are there for them. Do the same for the elementary school kids with one change. You should initiate the conversation. What you don't want to happen is they pick up some fantasized version from another child. And with adolescents, teenagers, have a reality-based conversation, maybe watch the news with them, and also ask them what they think about what's happening and what questions do they have.
All right, and you probably have quite a few questions for Mr. Prasad here. So jump on Facebook Live. We're answering those questions for the next couple of minutes. Just go to the KHOU 11 News Facebook page.
Okay, Brandy, thank you so much. Bill, thank you. Our coverage continues next on CBS This Morning. Jeff Glower will be live from Parkland, Florida. We're expecting a live interview with the superintendent of Broward County Schools. That's ahead at 7 o'clock.
Right now at 6:36, topping our morning rush, investigators in Cyprus say they are not looking for a suspect after a deadly shooting inside a home. A 26-year-old man was airlifted to the hospital. A 56-year-old woman died at the house. Deputies have not told us who the shooter was. More than 100 men were arrested in Harris County as part of a nationwide sex sting. That's more than any other county that took part in it. Undercover deputies placed some online ads for sex services. Then they arrested the men when they showed up. The FBI says an incident outside the National Security Agency in Maryland yesterday is not related to terrorism. Police officers fired on an SUV that had crashed into a barrier outside of the NSA. Then they arrested the 3 men inside the vehicle. 3 people were hurt, but all are expected to be okay. And you may want to ask your kids this morning about this. The Fort Bend County Precinct 3 Constable's Office says that high school students are passing bogus bills at local businesses. Constable Wayne Thompson is asking parents to take a closer look at their kids' cash.
All right, 6:37, more headlines we're following right now. A fire at an abandoned home in East Houston has neighbors upset. They say the home that went up in flames has long been a threat to their safety. Our Michelle Choi joins us live from that neighborhood on McNair Street. Michelle, what are you hearing exactly from those neighbors?
Well, folks living around here say they're fed up. Why? Because this is the second time in less than 2 months this house behind me has caught fire, putting people's lives in danger. Now, this fire even damaged parts of this neighbor's garage, guys. Check this out. You can see the soot and the charred up tree. We're also told that neighbors are very aggravated because unlike the first fire that was ruled accidental, this one firefighters believe was intentional. Now, neighbors shared this cell video with us showing just how large this fire actually was. Take a look at those flames. One person said they thought they were hearing gunshots at first. Now, firefighters worked quickly to get this fire out. They say this was an empty home and had no power connected to it. Arson investigators were called out, and as you can see, whatever is left of this skeleton of a house is considered a total loss. As we mentioned, no one lived here, but some neighbors tell us that they've seen homeless people on this property before. So was this a squatter situation? That is something officials are looking into. Guys, back to you.
6:38, good morning. This is a live look from the Woodlands this morning. 69 degrees of southeast wind. Thanks to our WeatherBug network, we can kind of get a view all around town, what everyone is seeing. Notice the clouds in place, the exact same type of shot here. Live look over downtown. Clouds are covering the tops of the buildings, but as far as your actual commute in this morning, I don't think you're going to be slowed due to the fog. So we do have fog outside. It's mainly just in the form of some clouds, low ceilings to be expected. Temperatures in the upper 60s this morning to low 70s. Temperatures are going to be flirting with breaking some records this afternoon. All thanks to our south winds. Temperatures won't change even overnight into tomorrow. Big cold front moves in tomorrow afternoon. Details coming up next, Darby.
All right, thank you, Cheetah. Well, hey, if you're heading out to Sealy, out towards the Brazos River, still working an accident involving an 18-wheeler on I-10 westbound, right past Peach Ridge Road. Now, you can see with our Houston TransStar shot, freeway still blocked off here, but you are able to get by on the left shoulder. Traffic's pretty much solid from Donegan up to that point. Going to take you you about 15 minutes to get through it. The frontage road is an option if you can get to it. Then on I-10, the Katy Freeway inbound at Park 10, we're working an accident. Looks like at this point, it's still just a center lane, maybe 2 center lanes blocked off, but that's enough to back you up all the way to the Grand Parkway. So if you're coming in from Katy, give yourself about an hour to get from Katy Mills Mall all the way in towards downtown. Look for brake lights as you approach the Grand Parkway. Did finally clear up an accident, Highway 288 inbound at Airport. So all lanes are open. Travel times have come down there less than half now. Only 43 minutes to make your way from Highway 6 to downtown. But look for brake lights as you get past Pearland Parkway, which is 518, and that'll stay slow pretty much all the way in towards the 610 loop.